Our topic today is on simplifying radical expressions that include variables. So for our first example, we're going to use square root of 120, a squared, b to the fifth, c to the fourth. Let us now do the prime factorization for 120. And that can be broken by 30 times 4. 4 can be broken by 2 times 2. And those are prime, so you can circle them. And 30 can be broken by 5 times 6. 5 is prime. 6 can be broken by 2 times 3. Those two are prime. So now, let's write them here. Okay, in order from least to greatest, so we will have 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5, and we have 2 a's, or a times a. We have b to the fifth, so that's going to be b times b times b times b times b 5 times. And then 4 c's, so c times c times c times c. Okay. When I taught this before, I said that whenever you see pairs, you will have to take them out. So for the numbers, I only see one pair of 2's. And we cannot anymore bring out 2, 3, and 5. So they will stay inside the radical sign. However, I see that the a's are paired. The b's have 2 pairs. And the c have 2 pairs. Okay. So therefore, this will now come out to be, the 2 will be taken out as one piece of 2. And then the a as well will go out with 1a. The b are 2, so you have b squared, because there are 2 of them. The c will also be c times c, which is c squared. And all those with no pairs will be left inside. So inside the radical will be 2 times 3, 6 times 5, 30. B is left. And there's no more c. So that is it. This is the simplified form of that radical. So my next example is example number 2. Is square root of 100 x to the third y. All right. So let's get the prime factors of 100, or I think I know that this is a perfect square. This is 10 times 10. So I know that I can take out my 10, and that's a perfect square. So therefore, I know that outside I will have my 10, and inside I can do this to see what goes in pairs. There you go. These are in pairs. So therefore, my final answer on this one is 10x square root of xy. Remember that when you take it out, it is just one piece of x. So that is now your simplified version. Let us have another one. Example number 3. I would like to use square root of 45 x squared y to the fifth z to the 8th. Alright, let's do the prime factors of 45. It's 9 times 5. And that's prime. This is 3 times 3. That's prime. And so now let's expand on the side. 3 times 3 times 5 times x times x times y times y. And then we have z to the 8. I would like to leave z to the 8 there because it is so much to expand it. So at this point, I would like to ask you for a pattern. The x squared will just now become an x. If you are going to go back here, right here where there was a c to the 4th, the c to the 4th became c squared. So are you kind of seeing a pattern here? When it's an even number, what are you doing with the exponent? You're right. We're dividing it by 2. So z to the 8, even without me expanding, I know that there's going to be 4 pairs of z's. So therefore, those 4 pairs are going to go out, which means that it's c to the 4th because I will divide my 8 by 2. If you want to try it, go ahead and expand this by yourselves and see how many pairs of c's will you get. So this now becomes, that's a pair, it'll go out, that's a pair, it will go out, a pair, and that'll stay. So therefore, 1, 3 goes out, x, y squared, y squared, because you have 2 pairs of y's that will go out, and z to the 4th. What is left inside is going to be 5y. And that's your simplified expression. For our last example, let us try square root of 98 x to the 4th y to the 6th z squared. Okay, let's do the prime factorization of 98. I would like to use 2 times 49. And this is 7 times 7. Those are primes. And I'm going to expand it inside. So now I will have 2 times 7 times 7. And I will not expand them anymore because I would like you to use some shortcuts. What pattern again are you seeing? When the exponent is an even number, what will you do? What will the square root sign do to those even numbers? So let's begin. This is now going to go out. That's a power of 4. So we said a while ago that that will be divided by 2. Therefore, your x outside is a power of 2 because 4 divided by 2 is 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And 2 divided by 2 is 1. They're all gone. What's left inside is a 2. So let us remove those multiplication symbols. Therefore, your final answer is going to become 7x squared y to the 3rd z square root of 2. Sorry about that. Okay, square root of 2.